This man is called Gregory Halden. He had so much wealth as many enemies. He only had 2 best friends and 2 children. Though people saw him as blessed for his wealth, he saw his blessings through his friends and children. On his 50th birthday, he decided to throw a party, but only invited the people he loved most. Gregory Halden invited only 4 people to his private birthday retreat: his sharp-witted daughter Elise, his son and personal doctor Adrian, and his 2 oldest friends, Victor Lane, the oil tycoon, and Charles Whitmore, the banker. That night, candles flickered over aged wine, laughter thinned with tension, and old secrets stayed sealed behind expensive smiles. "Dad." In the morning, Elise knocked on her father's door, but there was no reply. She turned the doorknob, and to her surprise, the door was open. "Dad, you're still sleeping?" she asked, but heard no response. She ventured to his bed and was starstruck to what she saw. She let out a loud scream of fear that brought in everyone running. "What's going on?" Adrian, her brother, asked. Elise opened her mouth to speak, but no word came out. All she could do was point, her finger shaking. In fact, her whole body was shaking. "Father! Oh my God! Father!" Adrian cried. Charles and Victor were scared, calling on the house helper to call the police. The police arrived minutes later, and after a thorough look, it was confirmed that, at dawn, Elise found her father dead in his bedroom, a single gunshot. A note that read, "Let this end with me." The world called it suicide, but someone at that table knew it was not. The investigation reopened quietly. Adrian, as a doctor, noticed what the coroner missed. His father's old hands couldn't have held the gun the way the wound suggested. He called Elise and told her about what he thought. This was not suicide. It was murder. Elise remembered her father mentioning someone had betrayed him, in the worst way, weeks before. He said that he hoped this birthday party would reconnect him with his friend, and that said friend will forget what happened between them. What if that friend didn't want to gorge it and just thought ending her father's life was the only solution? Then a discovery: the suicide note was written on Charles Whitmore's personal stationery. Victor was outraged. Charles claimed he was being framed. But in an unguarded moment, Elise whispered to Adrian, "Dad always said Victor was the only person who knew the code to his vault." Adrian froze, because the code was used, hours before the death, and the vault was emptied. The killer was clear now: Victor Lane. Victor denied everything, but the evidence was undeniable. His cufflink had been clenched in Gregory's hand, fingerprints on the vault's keypad. A deleted voice message recovered from Gregory's phone: "You destroy me, and I destroy you first. How can you murder my father for all he had done for you?" Adrian shouted his fists towards Victor. "But I really didn't kill Gregory. No matter what we may have between us, I would never kill him. He was my friend," Victor tried to say, but no one gave him an ear. Charles came near him and smirked. Don't ever be first judge. But in his eyes, Victor saw a gloating and something he couldn't point out. And in his heart, he understood. It was Charles who did it and framed him. They were all drunk. He didn't know where he left his phone, let alone the cufflink. "Don't beat yourself much. Gregory had planned to die. He was terminally ill. You just hurried fate along. Tell me." Charles leaned in close to Victor. "For what? For inheritance, for silence, for survival?" "I did not kill Gregory, and I know you're the one who did it," barked Victor. The police had their man, but Elise knew better, because in the ashes of the final letter Gregory never sent was one sentence scratched faintly into the margin: "They'll blame Victor, but protect Adrian. He must never know." But Elise was not ready to let this go. Drop a heart if you don't want Elise to let this go.